Now the latest patch has dropped for F1 24, and to be fair, it's a pretty big one. We don't just have the updated F1 24 car models, we also have the updated F2 2024 season in the game. And that is what today's video is going to be focused on, because the F2 cars have had a big change compared to 23, most notably the rear wing, which I still don't like, but we're going to find out what these cars are like, putting them into a race around Spain and racing as Gabriel Bertoletto. So guys, if you enjoyed the video, smash the like button and subscribe for more. In the background you would have had the new footage showing off the cars, comparing it also to the previous generation models, and we're going to find out if there has been any handling or physical changes to the car. As you guys know, this is my one and only pretty much F2 related video for the year, so we're going to find out what it's all like. Let's get into it. So currently, first lap in practice, coming to the end of it right now. I just want to see if we get off the foot of the table. We are on 110 AI, so maximum challenge as always across the line, and we stay last. Okay, let's try one more and try and go a bit quicker. Definitely these cars are a bit oversteery, got to be careful on the power input, but oversteer wise it's manageable. In terms of understeer, they're actually quite decent. They're quite on the front, better than I thought actually. There's not really a lot of understeer. These are quite good. So second lap, let's see what this lap time is going to be. Going down a gear through the last corner to get a better drive, and we do move off the bottom of the table, 25.9. Let's do a couple more. Oh, okay, that's a full spin. I think lower gears might be the way to go. Now I want to basically just, plug in and play. So I've done 3 laps, had the spin, practice over. Basically, we're going to retire the car. You can see the final running order, 24.4 being the best time. We finished at the bottom with a 25.9. So definitely work to do, but hopefully we'll get faster as the video goes on. We're now going to jump into one-shot qualifying and see, jumping in mostly cold, if you can try and deliver a lap in these cars. Right, here we go. Qualifying time. I've made some adjustments to the setup. We've gone aggressive on the wing split. I've also increased tyre pressures and reduced the ride height. Let's find out if it works. Bit of a lock up there into turn 1, which does set me a little bit offline through 1 and 2 and 3. Still last for now as Antonelli sets the pace. Only 4 tenths off, not too shabby. Sector 2 is my weakest sector. Sector 3 my strongest. Oh, a bit of a lock up and a bit of a scruffy exit out of 5. That's a decent chicane, to be fair. I can still see the name tag of Antonelli's. That's some progress. Over the top of the crest we go. Definitely lost a lot of time there, nowhere near the apex. 1.3 down through the hairpin, come on. Sector 3 now is where we can make up some time. Although we're still last. 2 to go. Definitely going to be qualifying last here, I think. Barring any miracles. Final corner, up to the line. So qualifying finished. Antonelli on pole, Behrman second. So Prema front row lockout. Colapinto P5, and then further down we've got, a few other notable names, but if we scroll all the way to the bottom, we finished last, 7 tenths off the next car. So yeah, definitely 110, maybe a bit tough, especially if you're jumping in and you've never driven these cars before. All I did was change the setup, bit more front wing, bit less rear wing, lower the rear ride height and improve the tyre pressures, but still, I'm not actually too mad about that, to be fair. I've only done 4 laps of this track, so we're going to jump into the race. 25%. We should get better as the race goes on, get more comfortable. So hopefully by the end, we can have a decent run. So let's get into it and let's see what happens.
Hello and welcome to the Circuit of Barcelona, Catalunya. We're counting down to the start of today's race and you can feel the excitement in the air. This promises to be a real spectacle. It's back to the future for the F2 drivers today. We welcome the removal of the chicane in the final sector. It will shorten lap times and reduce the length to 2.9 miles, 14 turns. This was the original setup of the track, but it hasn't been used since 2007. Here is the grid for today's race, which will be starting shortly.
Andrea Kimi Antonelli lines up on pole position.
And it's Ollie Bearman in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Martins, Aaron,
Franco Colapinto, O'Sullivan,
Pepe Marti, Stanek, Enzo Fittipaldi, Vishor, Hajar, Ritomo Miata, Kushmaini, Maloney,
Barnard,
Hauger, Amory Cordial,
Villa Gomez,
Correa, Crawford, Gabriel Bortoletto. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. I'm Alex Shakes, he's Alex Brundle, and this is FIA Formula 2, where the team have spoken so well about the driver you're looking at in screen at the moment. Alex, it's great to see young talent developing like this.
Continuing to move forward, and that's a really important thing for them, for their hierarchy in the team, and also their career prospects moving forward.
So here we go. What does a race start look like in Formula 2 cars? Well, we're about to find out. 7k RPM. Lights out and away we go. Not a great start. Correa crucially bogs down. Don't really have much of a slipstream here as we head towards turn 1. Gonna go around the outside of Crawford as well, his teammate. Slight bit of contact with Dennis Hauger there on the nose. As we head through turn 3, I'm going to try and get underneath here, but not able to as Crawford comes back at us on the inside. Into 4. Trying to set up the exit a little bit with a wider entry. Up the inside of a pair, into 5. That's a super aggressive lunge, but we've made it work. Lovely move there. As we now head for the chicane, we've got Barnard here and Miney going at it. We're going to try and go through, of course, Miney, our teammate in the Invicta team. Through we go, up the inside at 9. So we're up to 17th, and we might just have a little look here on the brakes into turn 10 on our teammate and go through. So that's another one, up to 16th now. Good start. Or good first lap rather than a good start specifically. Struggling there to get any sort of traction on the exit of turn 11. But now we finish up the first lap. Track limit warning there, just ran a bit wide. No DRS of course. I'm assuming until the next lap, much like F1 last season. Of course this season F1 now having DRS enabled from the beginning of lap 2. Fittipaldi there with the lock-up as we look to close in on Maloney here. Just having to be patient. Let's try and hang on to the pace of these guys if we can. That'll be excellent for the video and for this race. Hopefully we'll get, again, fast each lap and learn along the way. Oh, got a lot of understeer there, but we're very quick in the last 2 corners. We might have a shot here to get through. Here we go. DRS enabled, purple sector 3. We're definitely a little bit slow on the straight. We'll pull out to the inside to try and get this on the brakes. Get the throttle on early to just get through. And we're now up to 15th. Bortoletto now passing Maloney. Up next, Cordial and then Fittipaldi. I don't know if we'll get points, but we're going to bloody try it. Of course, I've also chosen Gabriel for this video because, of course, the rumours are he may well take that second Kick Sauber seat for next year before they become Audi. partnering Hulkenberg, of course. Currently, I believe, don't quote me on this, but Leto's the current F3 champion, and I think he's leading the F2 championship. If not, he's very close. So he's a decent candidate for the seat. Right now, there's a huge gap to the leader. I'm going to assume it's Antonelli, and then everybody else is kind of checking up here, which I wonder if someone has a bit of damage. Either way, it's working out quite nicely for us because we're staying in contact with everyone here. Suffering a little bit in the middle sector, but we can stay close enough that we can try and pull it all back in sector 3, and that's where I can do some damage. You can see here just visibly I'm able to send the car in through the last 2 corners a lot more, and now DRS being enabled is going to provoke a lot more chaos from the pack, I think. We might have a shot here to get past Cordial. I feel confident on the brakes, so that's a weapon we can use. Oh my god, the amount of dirty air there and wash I got on the front end. No warning luckily, but that was... Ooh. Understeer.com. Up the inside, wasting no time. We've only got a handful of laps here, so we're going to go straight through and take it. So 14th place now. And Fittipaldi next up the road. Bit of oversteer there through the chicane, which might just ruin our run through 9 down towards 10, which I was hoping to line a pass up. I think there's a Prema with damage because now someone's got into second and they're starting to pull away. So whether it's Behrman or Antonelli, in whatever order they are, I think that one of the Premas has got wing damage and that's leading this train right now. So it's keeping the pack really compact and really tight. So that's giving us opportunities here. We might have a shot to get past Fittipaldi here. Not my best last corner, but we do get a good exit. And like I said, I fancy myself on the brakes. We're gaining. Up the inside. Carrying lots of speed in. Opening up the corner. And now we're 13th. Miata next up in the beautiful Toyota branded F2 car. The trend is just repeating itself right now. We stay in contact through sectors 1 and 2. We get a warning there. I got out of it, but it wasn't enough. Can we try and get Miata here? I think we're a little bit far away. I'm good on the brakes, but I don't know if I'm this good. Fittipaldi's closing in. They're battling up ahead as well. So let's just hang back here and wait. Vershaw, Hajar going at it. We're going to set up turn 2 to get turn 3 to go underneath Miata, who lets us go. Gets out of the way for us. And we pull off the move. I'm going to try and get Hajar as well. They are making this very easy for us as we pick them off one by one. So Vershaw ahead, and we might actually get some points now. Still a third of the race to go, give or take. Nice chicane. I think I should take that in 3rd gear though. I think 4th is hurting us a little bit. Oh, I've got a bit of understeer, don't want to get another warning. And pick up that 3-second time pen. Oh, bit of contact there. I overestimate or underestimate how, you know, these noses are quite long on these cars. I think they actually stick quite a far bit beyond the front wing. So we make contact with the front end of the car. Again, that might have just cost us a possible move. Got to try and sort out my last sector to get these overtakes done. Fittipaldi, Hajar battling behind quite heavily, so they're losing time. Oh, a bit of a moment there. We get all crossed up on the back end. Again, I've messed up the last sector when I needed to be close. I had a really good actual middle sector there, so I had to really put it together. So we're going to have to try and close back in again. Still can't quite get that last point. I was going to say, it feels like the pace has picked up. Colapinto confirms that. Might lose DRS here. Me making that mistake last lap with the pace changes really hurt us. And we don't have DRS, so we're going to have to try and really send it through this final part of the lap to close in. Oh, it's a good hairpin. Another PB middle sector, picking up where we left off last lap. Okay, I think that might just get us back in. Front left now starting to really get a bit second hand. But this was realistically our last chance to overtake. We're going to need something special here to try and gain as we go purple in sector 3. I'm trying everything here to close in. We're well within DRS range once again, which is good. And we'll have it on this straight, but we need to really give it everything through the last sector to try and catch. We're also PBing by quite some way on this particular lap. All right, here we go. Could be a run to the line if we get the momentum right. Look at this. A little bit wide there. Out of 11, Antonelli wins. 1 corner to go. Full send, but we're not quite going to get it. What a race, though.
And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
He has done it again. Andrea Kimi Antonelli takes the checkered flag.
We've heard stories of drivers watching the race on the big screens while they're going around leading with that kind of advantage. I reckon that's what they were doing, you know, AJ.
As we look back on a thrilling race here today, we can now see the drivers take their places on the podium. It's a familiar sight by now, as it's another successful F2 win for Prema.
Well, there we go, guys. That is it for the F2 feature race at Barcelona. Antonelli does win, so I assume Behrman might have had damage. Victor Martins in second place, and then Marti P4, Colapinto P5, Aaron, Sullivan, Stanek, Dirksen, and Vachor finish up your top 10. And yeah, we just missed out on a point. Still though, good recovery, really, really good drive, lots of good moves in that one, and we really did put it together quite nicely at the end. I wanted to actually check the fastest laps of that one, so let me scroll up to Antonelli here, who finished in clean air. His best lap 24.8, and my last lap also a 24.8, albeit with DRS, but also our tyres were a bit more knackered at this stage. So like I expected, and like I said, you can get on pace, you know, by the end. Our middle sector on the last lap was absolutely insane, so we really did put it all together on that last lap, and we got better as the race went on. So it goes to show, I don't know what I'm doing on setup. It was maximum AI. I just made a bit of a wing tweak. I ran a wing split difference of 13, so 13 more on the front compared to the rear. I think I ran 40 and 27, and it worked really well, whereas in qualifying I ran like 37, I think. So there's kind of the difference, and where you can find some pace, mainly on the wings, running the increased downforce preset setup, and there's the result. So hopefully you guys appreciate it and enjoy it. And that was a last question mark with Gabriel Bortoleto. So yeah, we might see him in F1 soon. Who knows? Guys, like, subscribe. There'll be another video tomorrow talking about the F1 side of the update, and I've got a few thoughts and opinions on that as well. So I'll see you guys then. Take care. Like, subscribe. As always, a big shout out to the members for supporting the channel, the videos and the content. Also, check my links down below, guys, to my channel partners and affiliates. Also, the videos on screen right now, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Ciao.